thank you very much for joining me today for this interview. So I have a few questions for you, and if you would like to start, if you would like to tell me something about yourself and introduce as well to everyone. Karen, would you like to maybe?
Yeah, so my name's Karen Lobo-Morell, and I am now a personal trainer. But I, for 20 years, worked in marketing and PR, and my last job was running the press office for a large international development charity.
My name's Louise Mitchell. I'm a sports and renal massage therapist. I run my own business, LJM Massage. But prior to that, about 3-4 years ago, I was in the corporate world too. I worked for a big multinational company manufacturing products, a very fast-paced environment, quite stressful. Enjoyed it in terms of like the pressure, because I thrive on pressure, but I much prefer doing what I'm doing now.
Where did the idea for your business come from?
You're going to laugh. So I decided that I didn't want to do what I was doing anymore, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So I started to, I knew that I didn't want to commute into London anymore. So I knew that I wanted to stay local. Yeah. I knew that I didn't want to sit behind a desk for 10 hours a day. And that I wanted to do something a little bit more active. My business is called Flexion Fitness, and it's been running for about 3.5 years now.
I was relatively happy in my corporate job. You know, it was good, financially secure. I had a young child. He was at nursery, so you know, it suited me at the time, although it's quite stressful. But I also always suffered with a really bad back. I had a lot of problems with my back. I had problems where I was bent over, my back would go into spasm. And eventually went and had an MRI, and they said I've got various degeneration issues with my discs. And I was like, actually, I want to know a little bit more about how I can help myself. Because yes, I was fit, I was going to the gym, but my back was still really bad. And I was like, well, I need to learn more about anatomy, how it all works. So I ended up going to a massage therapist who was treating me, who'd done the course. That she said, oh, go and do this course, it's great, it's a level 5 course, really good, tells you not just about massage but about the body and the anatomy and the, you know, physiology and that kind of thing. So I ended up going, while I was working in the corporate world, I ended up doing quite a full-on course and just learned more about how to manage my pain and how to manage my body, because you know, paying lots of money for, you know, various treatments that aren't, you know, working, I wanted to understand how to manage it myself. So that's how I did it. So I went and run my business. My business has been up and running for 2.5 years now. I work out at the village gym. It's a great environment, but what I love most of it all about it all is that I help people get better. I help people move better. I help calm, you know, people are very stressed, they're very stressful lives. They come in, I help relax them, you know, calm the nervous system down and get them moving better. So for me, and also I know now how to manage my back pain a lot better too.
Brilliant. That sounds really, really exciting, and I guess you would never ever go back.
No.
Someone asked me.
Well, never say never, because you never know. Life can throw you curveballs.
Do you want to describe your typical day? Just a typical one, you know.
Well, I usually start at 8 o'clock. But I have a gym in my back garden, so I usually do a client from 8 to 9. Then I go and do my own training from 9:30 to 10:30, and I then have other clients, usually up until about lunchtime, and then it's a weird job because, like Lou will say as well, there isn't a typical day, because even though I have clients with a regular pattern, then they'll go on holiday or they'll change days around, but I usually work until about 9 o'clock at night. So if you think about when people want to work out, it's mainly mornings
or
and evenings. But I'm trying to build that client base of people that are available during the daytime as well. So in between lessons, I'll do paperwork and planning for the following week, and try to work on my business as well, because you forget about that. You still have to keep working on building the business and developing new ideas.
Every day's a different day, but one of the things my tutor said on our course was, because it's such a physical thing, massage, you can't do it full time. You couldn't massage like 7 hours a day, 6 days a week. So you've got to have periods of time where you're working on your business, not in your business, which is very true, because actually you're always working, and if you're in a business, you're always thinking about it. So when you go and work for somebody else, you shut the door, come in home, shut the door, and that's it. You don't have to think about it unless you've got projects going on, timelines. Whereas with your business, you always think, a bit of social media, bit of this, bit of that. You know, how can I get it going faster? How can I bring more people in? What can I do? So yeah, it's very busy my day, but I do have core hours where I work. When I started, I used to work any hour, for everybody, and now I have fixed core hours where I work, and if people can't fit in those hours, then unless it's an emergency, then obviously I don't usually treat them. So I have, I do planning on my business, I do a bit of social media, paperwork, like Karen said. I have family as well, so making some time for that. But generally, my work-life balance is 10 times better than it was.
Okay, brilliant. So that leads us to the next question, really, is about work-life balance. Does it exist, and what do you do to keep your cup full, really? Yes, because without your cup full, it's just difficult to have that energy for anything else, so I guess. So what do you do for yourself?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, my husband would probably say that I don't have a work-life balance. I mean, we both work for ourselves, but I think probably the best thing that we've done in the last few years is that we don't have children, so we decided to buy a place in Spain.
Yeah.
And so now what we try to do is have regular trips out to Spain as our downtime. Yeah. And then what we will do is we'll work really hard up to that point, and sometimes working, 5, 6, 7 days a week, or not whole days, but fitting clients in. And then we go away for 5 days or 7 days.
My husband would say I work harder, but I work harder. Maybe I'm perhaps not as efficient as I could be, but I work harder because I enjoy doing it. It's mine, and I want to make it grow, and I want to make it worthwhile, and I want to help people get better and move better. So, but I say I have a much better work life mentally. I'm much more positive. I'm stressed in different ways, but much more positive stress. Like I channel it in a much more positive way. And yes, financially it's not quite the same as it was before, but as I say, mentally and health wise, it's much better for me. And also I have downtime for me, so I'm not rushing. I mean, I do rush out the door to take child to school, but I do have downtime where I can take the dog for a walk, which I would never be able to do before. It was like literally, you're in that office 7 hours a day. So yes, I work hard mentally. I work hard, and I do a lot of stuff, paperwork. But I do have downtime as well, which I think is a nice balance. So yes, I might work slightly harder, but I work in a different way. So it's more rewarding, and therefore it's kind of more healthy. Yeah.
So what would be the advice you give to somebody who starts? One or 2 pieces of advice. Just
don't start your own business if you think you just want an easy ride.
Yeah.
Just if you think that you just want to work less and do exactly what you want to do, because in the beginning you just have to go with the flow, and you have to, as like Lou said before, you have to go with the business, before. I try to take 2 days off a week. It doesn't work always at the moment, but to be at the start, I would work whenever somebody said they wanted to do a session. Did it?
Yeah, me too. Someone wants a massage, I'm there. Whether it's my core hours or not, it's like I need to do it.
Because you might only get one inquiry in that week, right? So
you need it. Yeah.
You don't want to turn it down. Yeah. So you have to understand that it's going to be hard work.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared for
hard work.
Hard work.
You have to graft. Yeah.
Right, brilliant. Thank you very much for sharing. And the last question I have is, I guess, where we can find you. What are your plans for the future? And just share with us.
The exciting thing for me now is that I'm developing an online program which is focused on menopausal women. So it's become like a 4-step plan called the Change Plan. And I'm really excited about it. It's a bit scary because I've never done anything like this.
But this is where we grow, out of our comfort zone. So.
And you don't know, you press that button to launch it and you think, is anyone going to buy it? Waiting for the first thing to come through to say that somebody's bought it. And I think the longer you're in business, the more opportunities there are to go off in different in different directions.
And also it's who you meet as well. So
Yeah.
I think the people you meet along the way help you grow and help you expand, because either they give you confidence, or you meet somebody who's an inspiration, or you meet someone who's done, there's this, I think it's the people you meet in life. So I met people in network meetings who've come and helped me at events. Then I've linked in with other things. I always just embrace the competition rather than see it as a negative, because actually those people, there's enough people out there for us all to treat. So just use people to advantage, help people. I mentored people. I had a young girl who worked for me for a couple of years, and I mentored her, and now she's gone off and done something else.
So she was in fact one of my clients. And I suggested she contact Louise. So, these networks, women are really good at that.
Yeah, very, that's a very good point. And I think we just have to go away from kind of envy and a kind of scarcity mind. Like, it's abundance basically everywhere. Just we grow together in it. Yeah.
And I think for me, I'm running a massage business. I'm still growing. I've still got lots to do with it. But through, obviously, I haven't said it on microphone before, but I was diagnosed with MS, which is partly the reason which I left my corporate job, because stress obviously has a massive part to play in MS, and I had many relapses before it was diagnosed, partly due to the stress situation caused at work. And I'd say now I'm stressed, and over the last 3 to 4 years I've not had a relapse, because it's a different type of stress. It's my own manageable, it's a different type of stress. I've channeled it into positivity. But so having MS, I've following a very kind of strict diet, which is for the MS program, and which has led me down sort of to look up plant-based diet, and that's including juicing and smoothies and that kind of thing. And I've met people, some of my clients who've also got MS, and people who've got autoimmune conditions. So what I'm going to try and do is incorporate, as part of the massage, setting up a plant-based juice business. Very small, very low-key to start off with, just sort of local, family and friends, people who've got potentially, obviously going through the menopause. There's lots of things you can do with that in terms of like plant-based ingredients, herbs, natural alternatives, because it's all got to be natural. And then, start off nice and slow and just use my network of massage, clients and people who also have, been affected by autoimmune conditions or, going through menopause, and just use that as a kind of platform to grow my business on both levels.
Oh, brilliant, exciting.
Yeah,
it's fantastic that, there are plans to, to follow and do and grow and learn and, help other people, really. That's all about, I think. In all of
and I think people need to remember, when you start off, 3.5 years ago, I would never thought I'd be launching an online program aimed at menopausal women, so... And
I would have never thought I'd even think about a juice business, but because I'm following a kind of similar diet, and it's helping me, and I'm healthy, and I've remained healthy for 3.5 years... There's got to be some founding in there somewhere.
I'm sure there is. There is. Thank you very much for today, and I'm wishing you all the best in your businesses. And hopefully we can chat later on and down the line, a few months or years, and see how it goes.
Thank you.
Thank you.